the first piece I did really where I kept the acoustic guitar quite continuous in it. There was the group, but the acoustic guitar. Usually the acoustic guitar was designated to be a feature, you know, when other people stopped. But I was very interested in playing it with the band, you know. And at the time we didn't have the technology. We only had mics, and it was really difficult to do on stage. But eventually, you know, things improved, and we can get an acoustic guitar as big as the group now.
We just played anywhere and everywhere. It was the days when there was 4 on the bill, and we were given like 20 minutes to play a set with whatever gear we were allowed to manage to get on stage. And most of the time it was in the big auditoriums, and people were just still coming in, and they were making as much noise, if not more than we were on stage. But the interesting thing was, I wasn't convinced that people were even listening, but it's amazing they were.
Funny enough, we started to, I think of it as like hedge your bets ideas. Somebody plays something, and you hear it, and if you like it, you start sort of scanning what you've been playing recently and think, well, I think if I changed the key of this thing and put it into that, you know, maybe that's the same tempo. You start hooking ideas together very tentatively. But funny enough, that is the basis of composition, is that you take, you know, you hedge bets. You think that something might work, and if it doesn't, you scrap it and put something else in. We started writing all the songs like that, basically, or taking a very simple idea and then adding other layers. Everybody had to be melodic. The bass was melodic, the guitar was melodic, the keyboards were melodic. Even the drums, bless his heart, Bill, is somehow hinting all the time at melody and not just rhythm, because in fact what signifies a lot more 80s Yes music is the emphasis on rhythm, but in the 70s the emphasis was really on melody and how to plateau that melody.
Getting over all the time I had to worry, leaving all the changes far behind, relieve the tension, only to find out. By the time we moved into Close to the Edge, for instance, we were putting together Close to the Edge like 3 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 60 seconds. Editing, getting the scissors out and editing pieces of music together. If it didn't fit, you try another piece. See, the idea of starting a long piece of music is letting the music control you. They actually came out of abundance of energy, which is really breaking into a whole different pattern of thinking for musicians alike, that, you know, groups will be able to try longer pieces of music without effort. The time between the trees, the color to the sea.
It was golden days. It was fantastic. Albums like Fragile, albums like Close to the Edge. We did lots of things that went wrong. We tried things. We were probably a little pompous in places.
Everyone had an idea, so the songs tended to grow in order to encompass everyone's ideas.
Success through freedom that an artist can find when he isn't swayed or rearranged after the event. So bravo the 70s.
I mean, the whole LP was put together fast, you know. I mean, you'd laugh at how it was done, because we used to have a gig. This is the LP Close to the Edge. We would have a gig we go into the studio on a Monday or Tuesday and record the first quarter of a track, you know, because we couldn't figure out what the next 3 quarters were, so we'd record that, break everything down, drive up to the north of England, do a gig on Wednesday night, set the drums and everything back up in the studio and continue the track on Thursday. So all the sounds, you know, for those of us who are not in the know, all the sounds therefore would change and everything was completely different. That's an unusual way of making records.
You had Rick Wakeman and Steve and Chris really working very hard, and Bill, on arrangements.
I could push the guitar up and somebody could push the bass up, and then we'd talk about it. Okay, you want to do that? Fine, well maybe we should plan this. And we really got the music, really how the group wanted it to do.
Yes was a slow-moving organisation with a lot of discussion, democratic to a fault. We'd all gather around and discuss whether the next bass note should be F or should it be F sharp, you know, and this took a while, as you can imagine.
Being outside of the musicality of it, I could look at it as a whole and direct everybody as they went along. Not all the time, but I was able to help out when things got a bit sticky.
From, say, Perpetual Change to Close to the Edge, there was quite a lot of different guitar work going on. And that was my work, that's my pleasure, you know, as well, to do that. I like to do it with total control over the guitar.